Welcome to a journey into one of the most dramatic and foundational stories in the Bible, the book of Exodus. It's a gripping tale of oppression, courage, miracles, and redemption, revealing a God who hears, rescues, and remains faithful. Exodus begins with the descendants of Jacob, now called Israel, thriving in Egypt, until a new Pharaoh, fearing their growing numbers, enslaves them. Pharaoh orders the death of every Hebrew baby boy, leading one desperate mother to place her infant in a basket on the Nile. Found by Pharaoh's daughter, the child is named Moses and raised in the palace, destined for a different path. Moses eventually flees Egypt after defending a Hebrew slave, finding refuge in the wilderness as a shepherd. One day, a miraculous sight appears, a bush burning fiercely, yet not consumed. From within the flames, God calls to Moses, commissioning him to lead his people out of Egypt. Despite Moses' doubts and fears, God assures him, "I will be with you," empowering him to return to Egypt with his brother Aaron. Moses and Aaron confront Pharaoh with God's command, "Let my people go." Pharaoh's heart remains hardened, leading to a dramatic showdown between Egypt's power and the living God. Plague after plague strikes Egypt. The Nile turns to blood, frogs overrun the land, and gnats swarm. Flies infest everything, livestock die, painful boils break out, and hail destroys crops. Locusts devour what's left, darkness covers Egypt, and finally, the death of the firstborn. Each time, Moses pleads, but Pharaoh refuses until the final plague breaks his resistance. Before this final plague, God commands Israel to sacrifice a lamb and mark their doorposts with its blood, the first Passover. That night, the destroyer passes through Egypt, sparing the homes marked by the blood. With Pharaoh's permission, Moses leads hundreds of thousands out of Egypt after over 400 years of bondage, marking the birth of a nation. But Pharaoh changes his mind, sending his army in pursuit, trapping the Israelites at the Red Sea. With the waters blocking their path and the army approaching, panic grips the people. But Moses stands firm, raising his staff as God commands, and the waters of the Red Sea miraculously split. Israel walks through on dry land, and when the Egyptians pursue, the waters collapse, sweeping the army away. The people erupt in praise, singing, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation." The journey to the promised land is not immediate. Israel enters the challenging wilderness. They soon complain about food and water, yet God miraculously provides sweet water from bitter springs, manna from heaven, quail, and water from a rock. At Mount Sinai, God reveals his covenant, declaring, "You will be my treasured possession, a kingdom of priests, a holy nation." On Mount Sinai, God gives Moses the 10 Commandments, guiding principles for loving God and others. However, while Moses is on the mountain, the people grow impatient and create a golden calf to worship. Moses, furious at their idolatry, breaks the tablets, but God, in his mercy, restores the covenant and provides new ones. God then instructs the people to build the Tabernacle, a sacred dwelling place for his presence among them. When the Tabernacle is finished, God's glory fills the space so powerfully that not even Moses can enter. This becomes the center of Israel's worship and a visible reminder, God is with them. The book of Exodus is a story of deliverance, revelation, covenant, and hope, reminding us that God sees, hears, and rescues. It shows us a God who leads his people all the way from slavery to freedom. If you enjoyed this biblical walkthrough, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know which book of the Bible you want summarized next.